David!
Taylor!
The Heritage Audio Baby Ram.
Their new monitor controller?
The Baby Ram.
Baby Ram.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back around the drum. This is Unfiltered. I'm Tay, and this is David. Today we're talking about Heritage Audio Baby Ram. It's a 2-channel passive monitor controller developed by Heritage Audio, and they kind of went for a classic look that kind of harkens back to old Neve designs off of the older consoles.
It's kind of their thing, yeah.
Yeah, so this Baby Ram is part of a larger family of RAM units by Heritage Audio. So, David, first tell us what RAM stands for.
It's not random access memory. Rip Daft Punk. In these RAM systems, it stands for reference audio monitoring. And it's basically mastering grade monitor controllers. Super transparent, very high quality components, and built really well in Spain.
Nice. David, we've used monitor controllers before in our studios. Currently, we both use an ID44, an Audient ID44, and that has an internal, integrated monitoring system.
Yep.
But I have dabbled with monitoring systems before. Some can be very complex, and some can be simple. Some can have a ton of inputs in the back. But kind of go through what this one has, the controls and the inputs.
So this one is pretty simple, straightforward. It's got 2 stereo inputs, 2 stereo outputs, and of course these have really high quality gold TRS jack connections. And then you can select your source with the push buttons on the top interface. Source 1 is the white button, source 2 is the red button. We have our nice big rotary, they call it a macaroni knob. And then we've got our mono, mute, and dim switches. So it's a pretty straightforward design, meant for studios with 2 sets of monitors and maybe 2 interfaces, maybe. I don't know what the other 2 stereo inputs would be, but they're there.
Sure, yeah. But let's talk about this, the big rotary knob.
Yes, the macaroni knob.
The macaroni knob. It's huge. It's awesome. I love that. It's a step knob, right? So it goes up in increments of 3 dB.
Yep.
And then talk about its maximum and minimum, and then tell me more. This is a leading question. This is a passive monitor controller.
Yep.
So it's not active. You don't add power to it. So what does that mean, and define that a little bit?
Well, passive, you don't need a power supply with it. You can literally just set it on the desk and plug everything in. And the bottom value is negative infinity, and the top value is 0. Because a passive monitor controller doesn't actually add anything to your signal. It's literally just a variable resistor. So you send the maximum level you can out of your interface and then send it into the Baby Ram. And the Baby Ram is just going to decrease the resistance with every step up that you go. So
okay, that's interesting.
If you have it all the way down, it's just cutting the signal completely. It's adding all the resistance to the signal. And then the farther you go up, you're just letting more signal through.
Okay, so 0 is the maximum coming out of your input or whatever, right?
Right, and in typical analog setups, the more resistance you have, the more colored the high end is. It cuts some of the high end. But in something like this, where it's really high quality components inside, it's not going to color the sound at all. It's okay. Very high quality components, very high quality signal chain inside. There's hardly any signal path. But it's literally just letting more signal through, not coloring it.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thanks for that. This is advertised as a clean, transparent monitor controller. So I guess tell me in layman's terms, like I'm assuming that's what you want. But is there any situation where you would want color? So I guess is transparency the number one goal of this?
For monitoring, yes, because you want to hear exactly what your mix sounds like. You don't want to hear it with extra color. You want to hear what it's going to sound like on other systems. So if you have a very clean monitor controller, it's going to give you just that. Whereas if you've got something that's adding color, it's not going to sound right when you hear it somewhere else.
Sure. Okay. Cool. So this is a passive 2-channel monitoring system, and this is new this year. I think it came out at the beginning of the year. It retails at
$199.
So that's not too bad.
That's really good for what you're getting, honestly.
So now, is this something you would get, or is there a perfect studio type or style that would be good for, or obviously anybody could use it, but Is it more tailored to something more specific?
Yeah,
A specific customer.
I would say probably a smaller studio or just a studio that's got 2 sets of speakers and doesn't need an extra headphone output because being a passive monitor controller, it doesn't have a powerful headphone amp inside of it because it doesn't have power. So someone who doesn't need extra headphone outputs, but someone who's just got 2 speakers that they want to go through. And then maybe with the 2 inputs, you can have one input from your interface and then another input from a mixer, so you can just jam on your synth stuff without having to be in your DAW.
That's true. Okay. Would you get this?
I'm probably going to get the 2000, the bigger system. I need more headphone outputs. I need more monitor outputs. I just want a little bit more out of it, but I'm at a point where I need that stuff. Most people don't need the 2000. A lot of people can go to this baby RAM, and that's going to be just plenty for them.
Sure. Okay. And speaking of the family, so there's a RAM Systems 500 for 500 rack systems, which is kind of cool. It's like fits right in the rack, and you can adjust it, everything from there. So go check that out. And then there's the 2000 system you're talking about,
which is just a bigger desktop unit. It's got some digital I/O, and all these other ones have Bluetooth input as well.
Oh, nice. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then there's the 5000, the big one.
Yeah. So, it's got like the rack mount and then the remote that you can control from a distance.
So yeah, it's pretty impressive what Heritage Audio has done. That spans from $200 to $2,400 for monitor controllers.
Yeah.
So you kind of have a varied selection to choose from. But let us know what you think. Do you have one already? What do you think of it? Is this kind of like built for your workflow? Let us know below in the comments. And David, do you have anything else to say about the baby RAM?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
All right. Well, thank you. And thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like our channel to continue this content. And we really appreciate it. We'll see you around the drum next time.
Man, I am all hopped up on espresso. Okay. I'm feeling good. I want my baby RAM, baby RAM, baby RAM. What should we do when they come for you? Baby RAM, baby RAM. Baby RAM, baby RAM, baby RAM. Herbs. Give me some energy. Amateurs.
That's going at the end. David.
Taylor.
Heritage Audio baby monitor. Wait.
Okay. They should have called it that.
Baby RAM? Baby RAM? Baby RAM.